Also, just got to talk to your coach. He felt like when you guys started that season, there's a lot of guys without varsity experience. And now a lot of those guys are back this year. I'm going to assume that includes you too. So that experience, what do you think you took away from last year that will help you guys be better this time?
That's the biggest thing is experience. Team chemistry is something that has really happened over the past year. And with all the 7-on-7 and work we've done over the offseason, I feel like that's all going to come into play this year.
2 wins to show 4, but it was a new coach last year, so not only were you guys learning, but he was too. So can we expect more this year? I mean, you guys got to face 2 big schools too now in the conference too.
That's always the hope when you come into a new season after one like last year. Forward progression is really what we can do this year.
You're going to be blocking for that quarterback who came in last year halfway through the season. How do you think those games, those 5 or 4 games, helped him to even be better, in 2015?
Just getting the speed of varsity football in the SAC. It's a fast-paced game. Same thing happened to me when I was, coming up as a sophomore. Got a couple minutes freshman year, but really blew my mind. And the same thing kind of happened to him, but he's learned and he's got to get better this year.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Your coach says that your secondary is going to be the strength of this year's team. But let me ask you, what do you think will be the surprise good strength of this team this year?
I think by us all playing together this year better than we did last year, and basically everybody coming out to play better than we did last year. I think that would be a strength of our team.
Your quarterback, that's going to be starting this year, saw basically playing time at about halfway through the year. How can you as a running back help him, stay comfortable throughout this season?
Make sure I talk to him before the game, give him a little pep talk, and during the game, make sure he's got the good calls and stuff like that, and make sure he can see his blind side and stuff like that, so he can do his best.
You got 2 new faces in the conference this year. They're just giant schools. Just kind of looking at the conference, how it's all changed. What do you think that means for the Archers?
It means we gotta come ready to play. Play one game at a time and play our best.
Coach, you guys took your fair share of lumps last year. It was your first year at the program. And this conference only gets tougher. You got 10 teams now. What do you think you guys felt that you learned this year that will help you guys be better this time?
Well, what happened is once that last game of this season, we got in the weight room in November. And then since November to now, we've been in the weight room and getting better and getting a lot of skill work in. Experience is the key, and we had a lot of kids last year with no experience on Friday nights. This year we got more numbers with experience, plus we got more numbers total as a team. So we're going to get better just by that.
What do you expect to be the strength of this year's team?
Strength of this year's team is our secondary. And then we have a front line that returned 3 starters. So we should get better there, and they should anchor both our offense and defense.
Can you talk about the guy that's going to be leading you on quarterback? Just what can we expect from him?
Yeah, he's going to be a junior this year. He came in halfway through the season, finished out 5 games for us in the rest of the season, and did a real good job as a sophomore. Dennis Johnson be coming back as a returning starter, and I think he's going to put up some numbers, and I think he's got some targets to throw to help him do that.
When you have to face 2 extra teams in the conference, and they're giant schools. I mean, you guys are big yourself, but Homestead and Carroll, they double in size, it seems like, every year. Just what do you think that means to you guys? Is it better to see these guys every year, or do you think it's just going to be tougher because of how big they are?
Well, Southside has a rich tradition, and we're trying to get back to that tradition. With Homestead and Carroll coming into the league, that's nothing but adding fuel to the fire when it comes to the SAC. I mean, SAC has always been one of the top conferences in the state. So, it only gets better. And there's no way that Southside is going to back down from anybody. So we're going to come in and we're going to fight. And if it's better team win. Good football is good football. I think it just makes the conference better.
It sounds like you have you guys got further ahead this year. I know when you came in, you probably didn't get a full year to get with all the kids to get them ready. So what's the thing you feel like you can work with now in these next 2 to 3 weeks before kickoff to, improve those chances week 1 against Northside?
Well, we're just implementing everything. I mean, the summer, we had a great summer, and we implemented a lot of things that the kids needed to know. And like I said, with that year of experience and those kids getting to know our personality as coaches and us getting to know them, they know what we expect. So, and that's better. And coming in at the end of last year and coming through the summer, they didn't get the chance to do all of that. But now, just knowing the kids and the kids knowing what we expect is going to be even better.